Dallas, do you want to talk about fantasy football? All right, welcome back to the Fantasy Tippler. So we've been gone a while. I was in the middle of a move, and there was a missing episode that not only didn't get uploaded, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I'm very upset, but I apologize for that. So we're now into week 2 without a week 1 episode. That's what happened. All right. So I'm going to go over a quick highlight from episode 1, just to kind of recap what it is. And so week 1 episode, I just want to talk about how all the drafting went and what we're going to be dealing with this year. So here's my official league breakdown. I'm in 9 leagues. One of them is Dynasty. 2 of them are mega tournaments. One is the famous Megala Bowl from the Fantasy Footballers, one of my favorite podcasts. And the other one is the Down Under tournament down in Australia. And I gotta tell you, that's the one I'm really worried about because that's the first time that I did my fantasy league platform, and I fucking hated it. Like a lot. And I'm going to be diving into that. Actually, you know what? That's probably be a good off-season episode where I can just kind of contrast and compare all the platforms that are out there depending on what you want to do with your lead and how much control you want to have. So make a mental note of that. I'll probably dig into that. So, one Dynasty, 2 mega tournaments. Both of them are PPR redraft. One is a 24-team, 12-team league compete against each other for the grand prize. And the cool thing about that is the buy-in's a bottle of bourbon. And I'll talk more about that later. The other 4 are redrafts, PPR, because I only play PPR. And two of those of the 4 are 10-team leagues. And I want to talk about that real quick. Don't try to get 12 teams. Don't try to force it if you're going to have one or 2 of those people that just aren't going to participate. If you got 10 guys that are just going to freaking go hardcore all season, set their lineup, pay attention to waiver wire, just create a 10-team league and make it a deep 10-team league. Like where you have, it's almost like a dynasty format, but it's still redraft. That makes it fun, but unfortunately, it's just not a lot on the waiver wire. So, and then my 9th one is a DFS lead, which is kind of fun, except I hate everybody in that lead, and that's why I like taking their money. So, and I'm also co-manager of one lead that for my old college thing. So, all right. So that's how my lead is kind of set up. My bankroll this year for best ball is $100. No, it's $150. So we'll see how that. I'm actually tracking it. I did pre-draft and I did during the draft. So we'll see how that pans out. See what my payout is. Most of them were $3 to $5. I did one $25 one. So yeah, $150 bankroll for best ball across a lot of platforms. FanDuel, DraftKings, my favorite underdogs. If you haven't done underdogs kept me alive during my fantasy football drought during the summer. I had so much fun doing that. However, I don't think I'm going to win any money because it's just better to wait until the end of like preseason and training camp to do that stuff. It's more likely to get you more bang for your buck. All right. So, and then my total, besides the bottle of bourbon, my total bankroll for my the 8 other fantasy leagues it's about 500. A couple of 100 ones, a couple of $25 ones. So, yeah, hopefully we'll make some money this year. All right, so week 1 results was bad. I'm going to tell you why it was bad for me. Because I'm trying to get this podcast off the ground. People have been coming to me for advice, and they won on my advice, but I didn't win. So out of all the leads, I only won 2 games. The rest I lost. And there's 2 things that kind of contributed to that. I screwed up on the defense. Like I had Jacksonville defense against Houston. That didn't work out. I had Raheem Mostert everywhere. Like, he was just a value pick. I had him everywhere. And he went down after 2 fucking plays. I can't tell you the knot in my stomach when I saw that happen. Now, he did 2 runs, both for 10 yards. It showed, his talent and stuff. But 2 fucking plays. Now, I drafted him knowing that he was going to get hurt. But I think, he'll be good until week 5, and then he'll go down. Not 2 fucking plays on the first game. And so, we'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing that happened a lot, I put Callaway as a flex, and obviously he didn't produce at all. However, I'm not dropping him. I'm stacking him on my bench for now. Him and Brandon Ayuk are both stacked. They did not perform well. Brandon Ayuk really disappointed me because the one team that the one league that I'm a co-manager in, when we drafted him, I pushed to take him earlier than normal. And he's like, man, I really think we should grab... It was between Brandon Ayuk and Melvin Gordon. And I thought Brandon Ayuk was a better value than Melvin Gordon because he was in the 6th round. And Melvin Gordon obviously did pretty well. And I'm looking like a fool. So, Brandon Ayuk, Callaway didn't do well. I messed up on defense on a couple of them. But, defense is just so hard to predict. I did pick up the Saints in 1. It's just I was desperate, and that's one of the ones I won. So, what I'm telling myself is what I'm going to tell you guys. Week 1 is waiver wire panic. Week 1 is get rid of your whole team. I've done that in the past. I'm trying not to do that this year. That's why I haven't dropped Callaway yet. I want to see what they do next week. Or this week, week 2. And I'm watching people drop everything. I'm already starting to see people drop J.D. McKinsick, and I think I'm going to go grab him to see what he does on Thursday night. Because I got a gut feeling. I didn't like what I saw with Antonio Gibson, even though I went after him hardcore in half of my league in the 2nd round. So be calm, don't panic. Panic time comes week 2. Week 2 gives you a strong enough sample base where you kind of see where things are going, and a lot of times people. This is why you don't draft rookies. A lot of times people will draft rookies, and they'll drop in the first 3 weeks. That's when I start picking them up, especially if I see production value. Are they on the field? How long are they on the field for? That kind of stuff. So, and the easiest way to do that is you don't need to pay for any premium service or anything. Just go to a lot of the platforms have snap count percentage. That's just a great way to tell you, are they on the field? If the snap count is less than 30%, they're not getting on the field, and you don't need them on your team. So, however, be careful. I did this last year where I had this guy that I kept waiting to break out. All of a sudden, week 6, he's on the field 80% of the time, gets maybe 2 targets. Doesn't catch him. I won't tell you who it is. So I held on to him too long. I should have just dropped him after week 2. So be calm, don't panic. It's only week 1. Take advantage of everybody else's overreaction. There are a couple of drop candidates. Henry Ruggs comes to mind. I don't think Brandon Edwards too. He's on he's on the line where everybody's like, oh, he almost got a touchdown and he produced some points. And I'm like, but not until the 4th quarter, and that means it's garbage time, which can work. But I'm gonna wait. There was one lead where I went after Mitchell, the running back from, Mitchell, the running back from San Fran, the number 1 waiver wire ad of the week. And he was my scapegoat because I'd rather have Mitchell. All right, so let's talk about that real quick. I cut my hair way too short this time. Raheem Mostert had him everywhere, caused me to lose most of my games. I have a good amount of stock in Sherman because I was planning on it. Wasn't a draft strategy. I don't want to talk about it because I don't like handcuffs that much. But I knew Mojo would get hurt and go down. Did I think it was to be the first fucking drive of the first game? No. But I had Sherman a lot, and I was able to get Mitchell because I got lucky because I lost and 1 or 2 leads. However, and I also picked up Hasty too, who was active that game and would use special team kind of third down a little bit of both. I don't know what's going on with the San Fran running backs right now, and I don't fucking like Kyle Shanahan. Like, the reason I had no idea, and I follow fantasy football news pretty closely. I didn't know Brandon Ayuk wasn't going to be wide receiver 3. He was wide receiver 4. They put Trent Sherfield out there, who I did pick up in my dynasty league. And I didn't see it coming, so I had him as my wide receiver 2, and of course he got 0 points. So I'm mad at Kyle Shanahan, and I should be. The record shows he just does whatever he wants on game day. You can't predict what's going to happen. Either that or the beat reporters in San Fran suck. I don't believe that. I take that back. I'm sorry, guys. Please don't cancel me. The beat reporters struggle probably just as much as we do to try to figure out what Kyle Shanahan's going to do. All of my San Fran running back, I have a San Fran running back in every single league because they do produce high. Mitchell is who I think is going to start because something's going on with Trey Sermon that we don't know about. Either he's not practicing well enough to get Kyle Shanahan, blessing, or I don't know. But unless you're truly desperate, I'm putting all on the bench until I get a little bit more information from San Francisco. Yeah. And same goes for Brandon Ayuk. I'm benching him until I see something. Debo Samuel, all day long. I wasn't able to grab Debo in any of my leagues, and I'm freaking regretting it now. This just popped up. Will Fuller's out for week 2 for personal reasons. Okay, I just got this. I don't know what this is, but I'm definitely putting in my IR spot as soon as we're done recording. He's not a drop candidate for me yet, but he's going to fly up the chopping block. He's going... I haven't seen anything yet because of his suspension last year. He became at a value, wasn't available week 1 because of his suspension. Personal problems, I don't know what that means. I mean, death in the family. Is he dealing with, I don't have enough information right now, but definitely, if you have Will Fuller, stop listening to this right now. Go out there and put him in your IR spot and grab a random running back. Always grab random running back because you never know who's going to pop. If Hazy's out there from the San Fran, grab him. Damian Williams, I'm watching just in case David Montgomery goes down. Who else can I go out there and grab? I picked up Sterling Shepard. I like what I saw last week in that horrible game, but I picked up Sterling Shepard a lot as a throw me on because he's becoming consistent, 12, 13 points every week. That's a flex play right there. Go grab Sterling Shepard. Don't let anybody else burn their fab on the running back. You get Sterling Shepard for free right now. So yeah, I don't know what to do about that. If you watch the Monday night game, Raiders versus Baltimore, I'm a closet Raiders fan. I just don't like the ownership, kind of like with Washington. But man, that stadium looked beautiful, and the Raiders played their freaking heart out. That was a great game, great win for the Raiders. Do not go get Jay Jones. He got that one touchdown. This is the reason why he was wide open. Nobody freaking guards him. He never gets any passes. So, all right. I think that's all I'm going to have today. It's going to be a short one. We've got a lot going on. Like I said, week 1, don't panic. Hopefully I'll win more games next week instead of 2. Never trust. You don't know who's going to start. So if you have a bunch of San Francisco running back like I do, always get up early on Sunday and double check what they're saying, close to game time as possible, and always have a backup option because whoever doesn't start doesn't get any points. This is still a one-man show. This is not a committee, but you don't know who's going to be that workhorse that game, and that's the most frustrating. So, all right, till next time, guys. Hopefully, we'll have some more decorations up in the house to get a little bit better lighting. A lot of work to do. See y'all next time.